Hello everyone, back again. This is another how-to video. Basically is my domain Monarchs. I do have some broken graceful charity pot of greed things in here just so I can show off the combo more consistently. You don't really need these. These are just extra, and I had like 5 spots that I was doing nothing with except maybe throwing more traps or more tribute summons or draw power. So whatever, you can take those out and play Pot of Duality, Pot of Desires, Upstart Goblin, whatever. But this is looking like a pretty good opening hand. It looks like I already have a tribute, a domain, and then another search if nothing else. Like, it's looking really good already. So you don't want to start with the graceful. You have a really good hand here. The graceful is just to, really set up for next turn theoretically. It just depends on what you're trying to get. Theoretically, for me, if you're not playing against Kaiba like I am and he summons a 17 and passes, then, you probably want to get Majesty or Vanity's Fiend on the board. You play no extra deck, obviously. If you know how to play this deck, it conflicts with the deck to play an extra deck, so you don't do that. Yeah, so the first thing you probably want to do is Pantheism. So go ahead and Pantheism. You can get rid of one of these Stormforths. You may use one this turn, you may not. Okay, this is pretty good. You got the March for protection. You've got your Tribute pretty much guaranteed. You might as well just go grab your Yugioh off your Rhoda. It's not going to hurt. You don't want to draw an extra card that you don't need off like a graceful. So I did the Destiny draw effect of Pantheism. Now I get to choose one of 3 cards. They can all be the same as well. So you could easily just go for 3 domains. That's kind of sort of what I'm trying to show off to Silent Castle here. So theoretically, I'd like to end on either a Vanity, Vanity Majesty, Domain March play, or I can just sit on either Aether or Erebus if I were to draw into one of those. So you want to probably hold these at some point. It's less safe, but I'm going to go for the Yugioh into Yugioh, because you could get Veilered or something like that, but I don't think I'm going to. So, Yugioh, unfortunately, since you normal summon, you can't go for the Mithra and still Tribute, so you have to go for Yugioh here. And when Yugioh hits the board, you can Tribute summon as well as normal summon this turn. That's the whole point of him. Why he's so good. So you got the domain here. You got the March to protect since you have no extra deck, and it protects your tribute summon monster. I kind of like to drop that first because you could theoretically go for something like an Aether, and then this is already on board, so you're not going to get Impermed, you're not going to get anything, torrential, anything. So you can still tribute the Battle Ox if you want, or you can save that because you have Yugioh, and you can get a second Yugioh if you want it. So I might hold that just so I could show Silent Castle, and it doesn't do you a whole lot of good because I still have the tribute, so I might as well just hold it. So I'm thinking you go Graceful here, just be greedy, draw 3. Really don't need the terraforming, and you can get rid of an Yugioh and then get your domain back, and then you could draw 2 if you're willing to part with the Stormforth. So in a way, it was kind of like, I didn't have to do the domain or the March, so I could have theoretically not had those and then did another domain and still had this. I'm not really scared of Blue Eyes or whatever coming out off, so I could just get rid of the Stormforth. Like, it's fine either way. Once again, I probably could have just went for the Pot of Greed first. It's fine. I still ended up with double domain, so if I draw into a Pantheism off Pot of Greed, then I have another draw too. So I'm already halfway through the... See, I called it. That's crazy. And then, so, since I have the Pantheism in Grave... Or, I can't do that. Never mind. But yeah, Pantheism's other effect in Grave is that I already did is the reveal 3. So I could have gotten a tenacity, then revealed Aether, and then got into. Um, could have got. What am I thinking here? Could I have searched the Majesty Fiend, Karaz, Erebus, something like that? I want to say I can, but I lost my train of thought as I was saying it. So I can give up another card, and as you can see, my deck is half gone already. Like, it is so strong for what you're doing here. So I have the Vanity's Fiend. That's perfectly fine. That way he can't get his Blue Eyes out on his special summon. I've got the Aether. I can get the stuff back next turn. I got stuff back from here. I've got a Tribute monster that I can bring out next turn. I got an extra normal summon next turn. I have a Domain as an extra. So I'm just in such a good position. There's really no downside to specialing him. The only thing that kind of hurts is the Aether's special effect. The Aether would theoretically bring out another like tribute summon monster or 2400 monster or 2800, but it's fine. I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to make it known to understand that in this gameplay. I'm mostly just trying to show Silent Castle how to play this. You have the attack over right here. He's going to be taking 23 damage. Theoretically, you don't have to worry about gores here or something like that. I apologize if the camera work isn't fantastic. I'm holding it in one hand and it's probably shaky and so forth. But that was the gist of the first turn here. So now next turn you can plus more on your opponent's turn. They have no extra deck and they have no special summons. So you can go ahead and try to do something. Okay, so now he can add the Blue Eyes, but he can't summon it. So, cool. So I could use Prime here and shuffle back. I might as well because I can get the effect on both players' turn. I do believe. Or, wait, no, yeah, it is a continuous. I don't know why I even thought for half a second. We're gonna go Pantheism. Oh, you could add both Pantheism. That's nasty. So, for the sake of showing this playoff, in case I need to or want to, I'm going to go for the Stormforth and Pantheism back into the deck. And you get a draw, so there's the Pantheism draw. That's nice. So, you're just guaranteed so much stuff in this deck. And this is without Brilliant Fusion, this is without lot. And yes, I did play a or a Pot of Greed, or Graceful Charity and Pot of Greed, so it's not quite as strong all the time, but there you go. So there's another Pot of Greed to just extra. So I got the Prime if I remember to do that, so might as well just Pot of Greed here. I got the Pantheism engraved to search for whatever I want, which would probably be tenacity into whatever tribute summon monster I want to grab. For the Stormforth, if I don't want to attack that monster, which it could be Wall of Illusion or something like that, so there is a to some degree a reason to do that. I don't know if I have tenacity in here. I want to say that I missed it when I was playing. I was wondering why I had 5 extra spots in the deck, and I ended up putting in the Yugioh, and then usually probably tenacity is the card I'm missing. So I would just play the tenacity over the like the graceful or pod or whatever. And you can see how good this is still going without the tenacity. It's, I mean, debatable which one's really more helpful to the deck. I mean, Pot of Greed has, and Grease will have a lot of potential to help you too, but it is nice to get the one card you want. So either way, we have another draw. I'm just showing how much you're just so far ahead in this deck. I'm plus what, almost plus 20 on him already. There's really no downside whatsoever right now. Got the Pantheism. Let's go ahead and get the Prime, finish that up. It doesn't, I mean, it probably doesn't have to take as long as I'm taking, but I'm just showing every single play I can do. I probably have the game this turn, yeah, because I have Stormforth and I have the Edea, or no, I don't. I have the Edea. I'd have to tribute off the Vanity's Fiend to go for game, possibly. Let's see. So I already have Storm Forth, I already have Domain, so it doesn't really matter which two I go for. So we're going to shuffle 2 back into the deck, which is nice, so you don't deck out 2. No, I'm not going to tribute summon my Aether as a quick effect. Then you have Return as an extra card to get you another add. It's so gross how much I have in my hand right now. I wish I could go for the OTK here, but I don't know if I see it. You can go for the Yugioh, it's not gonna hurt. So you get another tribute. Unfortunately, like I said, you may have to wait another turn to go for the game because of Vanity's Fiend. It's worth it to stop your opponent, though, to wait an extra turn. I'm going to go ahead and Storm Forth. I'm not playing with my controller. I'm playing with the 2 little Joy-Cons instead of putting them on the controller, so it's kind of wonky for me here. I'm just trying to think of how to do this to try to win, but I don't think I necessarily can. Oh, 16. 16. Yeah, I got the game as long as I contribute the Vanity's Fiend in this. So we're good there. So go ahead and... no. Yes. Because it'll let you tribute one tribute summon monster to tribute him instead of the 2 monsters, or I could cut down with Domain anyways for free and do it. But the point is I had to get rid of my Vanity's Fiend, and I wanted to get rid of his monster too, which is very helpful because he would have gotten something else as well. So now you have your Foolish Burial effect, you have your summon effect. It's just you're in a good position. Frankly, you're just in a really good position. So I mean, I could show off the Karaz draw because I was thinking of searching, not adding. So I'm gonna summon any of these. Here's the Karaz. I'm just gonna show him off what he does. If I were to pop the Return here, there you go. That's what I was thinking of. I'm adding the Majesty's Fiend. So since I had this automatically go off, I couldn't go for the pop here. Because this pops cards and draws the same amount. You can pop one of your opponents, one of yours, both draw a card. Pop 2 of your opponents, they draw 2. Or pop, yeah. And I shouldn't have went for Karaz either because Karaz can't attack this turn. So that was my fault. I should have been able to win, but I was so busy talking I didn't get a thing. So we're going to have one more turn here. Unfortunately. And then the Karaz is going to go back to the hand anyways. So that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, that's the majority of what you can do here. And then I also messed up here. I didn't know I had this because if I would have did this before the battle phase, I could have went. Because actually, possibly not because I think I went for Yugioh. But I could have went for this play first. Really doesn't hurt you to banish the special Yugioh. And then if Yugioh goes to the grave, I think it's once per anyways, but if he were to like banish one and then attack over one, it could come up. So I mean, you pretty much get what's going on here. Discard a card, that's fine. So I mean, Aether can't be targeted, he has no extra deck. I can go for Aether at any point to get me a double Foolish. Okay, so now he's got the blue eyes, that's fine. So he's going to be able to do a little bit of something here. Basically, either put an Yugioh in grave and plus me. I mean, there's a lot of different things that I and he can do. There's not really reaction in this deck, the way I play it. I could have played Solemns, I could have played different things, but I wanted to just show off the draw power and such. So, since since I didn't tribute before the battle step, Aether's gonna go, so that was just a misplay on my part. I'm gonna go ahead and use this before I can't. Definitely want Stormforth. And you can just go for Pantheism too, why not? As you can see, Pantheism's just really recurable. And I'm going to want to tribute that face down too. Because if it's Wall of Illusion, then I get bounced. It's kind of annoying. It's actually quite annoying. Might as well go for the Prime again. Really no downside. I only really play one, but it's whatever. Okay. Let's see here. Of course, I'm getting a dang audio clip text, whatever. I'm trying to do something because I had plans and I don't have plans now, apparently. Mithra, free summon. They can have their little token that I can tribute anyways if I wanted. So that's a little nice thing you can do with Stormforth. So many different options here. You can Stormforth, and you could go Majesty's Fiend, so no monster effects. You can go anything, but I'm gonna go for Aether because it just makes sense. Sure, I'll tribute too. Because you probably should have just tributed one. But so with Domain, you can attack right over the blue eye, so you're not too upset about that. Mithra, if she's tributed, then you get another tribute summon, I do believe. Either way, I still got the game. Add Erebus, for example. Go for the foolish effects. So I don't really know these chain links off the top of my head. I'm glad they do it for me. I don't think they really matter that much. But theoretically, your chain blocking or how to play around this is a little difficult. I'm not sure how that would work. You might need like a Called by the Grave or something like that to stop the myth, stop that first and then stop with something else. I don't know. It's difficult. I've never really played against Monarchs enough after I really started playing hand traps and so forth. So yeah, like I said, you get the other tribute, you get the other summon, so that's fine. I know this is going way longer than it needs to, but I'm trying to show every little thing I can do here. So I've got Erebus. I'm going to tribute Erebus for Erebus. Tribute. Tribute. I'm going to get back Pantheism from the Banish if I have it in there. I can shuffle a card back from the opponent's hand or on the field. See how multiple things are going on? That's what I'm talking about with chain links. So the Yugioh goes off first, then the Erebus, if it's relevant whatsoever. So you're just going to double Foolish again. No. Yeah, so I can either shuffle from your opponent's hand or field, doesn't matter. Oh, okay, so I still got this, so you can just see how much extra I have in here constantly. That's why I'm showing everything off, but this is basic. You just win the duel here. Alright guys, thank you for watching. God bless.